Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. $6,100 members. A little bit of a trick here involved because we have only so many messages left, right? One message remaining until the 31st. That is not cool. How did that happen? That is not good. That means that tomorrow we'll have a message. Wednesday morning we will not have a message to all members. I'm going to have to actually message in a different thread. Ironically, for the inner team. How are we doing for the bullet? Is the bullet just as bad? Message all members. See, we should have 3 messages remaining. Such an odd number, right? Can we go without messages? I start streaming earlier. But we are growing, 512 members. Maybe, just maybe, we can try to grow this event. And we still seem to be joined for all of the the event has begun. We are going to do a little bit of rearranging of the dojo so that we can get a change of background. Only 5 members. Yevgeny is back. Let's check Yevgeny's game. So he did not play the most effective 4th move. This allows the Rosalimo, sorry, not the Rosalimo, the Rogozin or the semi-terrace, which is what black chose, and then it changed into a straightforward terrace because he didn't recapture with the knight, and now white should actually put more pressure on the d5 pawn. Bishop to b5 is standard. This is very unusual. I feel like there's pressure to be found here. But unfortunately, Yevgeny does not seem to be up to the task. Another possibly common move, the simplest move in this position is to castle. But I'm not sure why he moved the same piece twice in the opening, except for the fact that he could have played for the pawn break e4. Maybe he's still planning on that, but the move bishop to b4 is going to be rather tragic. And now, this knight is like a rock. So he does manage to get his piece out. And the opponent does manage to allow him some serious threats. And maybe an eviction. And perhaps even an expansion. A slight expansion. Now, I don't know where you think you're going with that. But this pawn is hanging. He has to throw in bishop takes d6 in order to avoid losing the pawn. No, now we might lose a piece here. The simplest way to win the piece is probably rook to f3. Because in this particular case, he gets to attack the queen and the bishop, and this pawn is a little bit in the lurch. Possibly simplest is to take and win the knight on e7. Remember, he sacrificed a piece for this. Doubling rooks here. Doubling rooks here, and he's threatening rook takes g7 check, rook to f7 check, and queen h7. This could leave a mark, unfortunately. I think we have to go back to our main game after that one. Yevgeny, I'm not sure what you were thinking, but queen to c7 was an option in that game. Looks like we missed road to GM and Arsenal fan Richie. Off T the Great. Facing very close to certain death here. I would have probably evicted him with bishop d1. Or in this particular case, maybe, just maybe, we could have tried for more with knight f5. Knight f5. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes, check. So this is invulnerable. So knight f5 was actually a little bit of a tedious problem for the opponent. He allowed the exchange. Now we have a rather tragic bishop, which seems to have been freed. Rather than capturing, I might have considered just simply playing for the two weaknesses on g5 and d6. And he gave it to him again. He didn't recapture with this move. Maybe that was too dangerous. This check is a problem. He's got one move to save it. I'm not sure why we're moving backwards. We're not actually achieving anything by threatening to lose our rook, as well as Alfie the Great is going to unfortunately not have a fun time there. Road to Super GM and Arsenal fan Richie. Let's take a quick peek. Got a well-placed knight. Material almost seemed to be equal until he lost this pawn. Not sure what he was planning on doing. f4, f5 is met by... Now this move still threatens knight e2, so... And we can anchor it if we'd like as well, even if we don't get the e2 square. This whole plan, don't tie your knight down to defense. It really doesn't work out at all. There are so many good ways of trying to achieve this bishop is extremely dangerous. Arsenal fan Richie has the better of this by far. Bishop f5, g4, bishop d3. Bishop c4, rook moves, knight to b3. There's a lot of stuff going on in this position. Might as well throw in a5 while we're at it, just to rid of ourselves of one weakness. Can he think about playing b5? Maybe he can. It also behooves us to just double rooks and prepare to come into the second rank. And now I almost guarantee that's what's going to happen. Knight b3, rook c2. D3, doubling.
King Slayer Sloan
said, John, check your Twitch notifications.
Absolutely. Good morning. How are you, Roken? Ladies and gentlemen, King Slayer Sloan. Yes, we are back in action. The simplest move. I wouldn't give that knight any opportunity to bother us some more. But I guess he's after this pawn. This is allowing unnecessary Gegenspiel here. Totally unnecessary Gegenspiel.
King Slayer Sloan
said, I'm good.
I see you handed off your stream to the fellow Kiwi. I thought so. Oh no! This is going to leave a mark. Very hard to deal with that bishop in the corner. Nobody puts the bishop in the corner. Check my Twitch notifications as opposed to my Twitch messages. Let's see here. I see there are two. Aww. How does this work?
Hello, John.
Good morning, Roken. Now I have to figure out how to get you on screen somehow. Hold on, let me move you closer. Use your microphone. I don't know that I have enough microphones. Allow this time. You can hear me though.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear, John.
I don't think you can hear me on, let's see, I need to do a camera. Let's choose a camera.
Oh, just it doesn't matter. If you get one of those bloody drivers that doubles your camera, you can as long as you do that in the Streamlabs settings.
So let's see here, one moment while I allow this time. Allow while visiting the site. How about that? And then settings.
Can you hear me by the way? Or am I just talking?
I can hear you just fine, Roken. I think everyone can hear you on stream too. So if I want to do it,
yeah, I'm
what's
just
going on
getting
here?
While you're doing it. Okay, I'll do my own game.
Copy the browser source URL. Any session you take part of will display whenever you embed this link. Copy. Interesting. Next.
It just does what it does.
Alright, we're in the middle of a game here. Let's see what we got. I've been dabbling with E6. So we'll give this an old French defense, and my opponent plays the least effective line. Honestly, the advanced variation just gives black an automatic plan. Let's see here. What in the world? Browser source preview. I'm still trying to figure this out. C'est la vie. I'm not playing the right way against the advanced variation, so I'm going to throw that disclaimer out there one time. We're going to give up the B5 square and see if he wants it. He seems to want it. But then he gave it up for the weakness on his B2 square, so now he actually has to think about things. Let's let him stew. And now he should have just occupied the D4 square, but for the B2 weakness. Tragically sad. My opponent is going to enjoy this position. Are you? Are you going to enjoy this position? We'll batten down the hatches just a wee bit, just for you, sir. This does not solve the problem of your weaknesses over there. Knight takes, bishop takes. Interesting. Let's give you a little nudge. Oh no, did I do that? I did do that. So we're off to the races. Let's see what we can get out of this deal. Make sure I'm not losing any material here. Thought you might enjoy that. So what do you think you're going to be doing to me? Yeah, I'm in a spot of trouble. But we'll see what he wants to do about it without the right to castle. Got e4, g2. We no longer have b3, unfortunately, but we do have rook c8 if we want it. Interesting. Let's give him a checkup. Let's see what he wishes to do here.
I dislike my position already.
Do I want to just barnacle? I don't have time. There's never enough time. He has to make a commitment here. Down a pizza. Probably not worth playing on. Really? This is very tragic. Oh. Sylvie, how do we get you on screen, sir? I don't understand. I need to turn, let's see, if I do not send audio through the browser source, because I think I have more than one microphone already enabled. So now, will I be able to just grab this one and place it? I'm going to need a new browser source. Let's watch a game while we're at it. Let's watch Kingslayer Sloan versus LA Reza while we attempt. Let's see here. Browser source. Add source. Let's see what it looks like. This is called Collaborate. Yeah, it's good that we learn how to do this. Add source. And then put the browser window in there. Click close. And then need to make this window a little bit bigger in order to adjust the size appropriately over the other camera. Look at this. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. although I need a better layout title for the bottom now. Oh, I guess it has our names below our names, so I don't necessarily need the bottom thing. Wonder if we can do it this way. How about that? Oh no.
Oh, now he's defending. You're not allowed to defend. What the fuck, man?
So is the browser source only enabled for this? Or that?
I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
So the browser source is only enabled for certain layouts. I see. Well, no, I'm learning.
He's learning. Okay,
I don't know if... I think everyone should hear you because it's the desktop audio and not the browser source audio.
Oh, okay, well, I think I just win a piece.
Is there anyone out there who can tell me they hear Rogan?
Fuck you. Ali Rizza, you overrated.
Ali Rizza took care of Ron earlier today, too. Or did he? I'm trying to recall. I'm going to turn down the music even more for Rogan because he's got such a soft, gentle, snowflake-sounding voice here.
Oh, no.
Said.
I'm just full of love today.
Said.
Like, yeah,
I will
I'm
win
just
fix my.
full-on hippie right now, John.
Said. ID.
Okay. Yeah.
UV.
I'm trying to beat the shit out of Ali Rizza.
I will
but he's
win
being
fix.
a stupidly strong player right now. So if you could
he
stop
is
that,
stupidly
just
strong
fail
in a way.
miserably like the rest of it. 2200 blitz.
Alright, I think I just need to trim it on the edges ever so slightly to be able to fit it in this window properly. And then pull it down so that it covers the old window.
God, my mouse is so shit. Fuck you. And you're probably good mouse. Okay, pin it to win it. Pin it to win it. Oh yeah. Pin it to win it. Skewer. Yeah, bitch. Got you. Got you, bitch. Got you, bitch. Got you, bitch. Got you, son of a bitch.
You are right.
Gotcha,
It does
gotcha,
seem
gotcha.
to be a little bit
Got you.
overrated,
Got you.
although he's got a lot of pawns.
Overrated. Say it with me, John. Okay.
Let's get the wave going in the crowd.
Oh, fuck this mouse. I hate it so much.
I'm trying to keep you on
Okay,
screen
no,
because you're
you can't
lilting
do
to the
that.
left of your camera there just a little bit.
Okay.
You gotta give him
now
a
he's
checkup,
finding ways to be fucking
and now you can give him
hilariously
another
cheeky.
checkup. Nicely done, Rogan.
Thank you. You can't
This
do
should
that, bro.
be-
You can't do- Oh, fuck. Oh, he resigned. Thanks. I thought
Nicely
it
done.
flags and I was about to go ape. Yeah, there we go.
So this collaborate thingamabobber, it looks like it works pretty well. Uh-oh. This means we get to...
Okay, oh, now I get to play John. Thanks.
Let's move this up in the stream just a little bit. I didn't realize that it was so far down.
Okay, now you just play.
Oh, that's fascinating. I shouldn't have probably accommodated you there. What do I wish to do? We're going to go with this the old-fashioned way. Am I going to allow that? Nah, we have to just batten down the hatches just a little bit.
You're gonna allow this. Okay.
Now, why does... You seem to have a bit of an echo. I'm not sure why that is.
Yeah.
Why do you have a bit of an echo? I will take all the center pawns that you're willing to give me. Feel free.
I'll give you any. Just because it's you, John.
And so now...
Take the knife, John.
There is some fascinating stuff happening here. Mm-hmm.
Don't move, just let the palm fist.
Well, the Botez gambit was declined.
Oh shit! Shows how well I'm playing today. I just trust you.
You didn't trust me, you say.
I trust you that you wouldn't hate me. I'm gonna do this.
Well, let's just see about this exchange.
Don't see it, but it's fine. I can't. I'm oblivious.
We're just going to continue trying to make an honest person out of you. Interesting.
Oh yeah, no, I'm all about the trade. All about that trade.
I think I have to accept this one. What good does your queen do on h3, though? That is the question.
Hopefully it hurts you a lot, and I'm willing to try and prove that.
Yeah. From a Botez gambit to this. How atrocious is my chess? It is great to have you, Rogan. This is very funny. You're not. Are you sure you're not violating any contracts or anything?
I'm not streaming on League Chess. I'm just streaming with the person who happens to be playing League Chess.
Let's migrate.
I know that.
Now that his f-pawn is tied down to bitter defense, we will reallocate resources. Booby. And it's interesting. You are getting away, though, unfortunately. But at what cost? Yeah, he is getting away, but at what cost?
Hopefully a spirit one.
All right. That's all part of the plan, I guess, to keep up the pressure. Forcing me to go where I want to go. Caveman chess from New Zealand. He attacks the piece. By the way, caveman chess is where you attack one piece, and if it doesn't move, then you are going to take it.
Yeah, this is designed by the French flag. We'll fight on because we've got fighting spirit. 1 second. Yeah.
Let's keep the knight dominated. Night Remains dominated. That was successful, that Botez Gambit. Never thought it could turn out so well. That was really tragic. Hold on, I'm going to turn down the music some more for Rogan. Because I'm not sure how well he can be heard.
Nightclub over there, I tell you.
I wonder if there's a volume control over here for your voice. Oh, I see. I have to turn up the desktop audio for your voice, which sort of defeats the purpose of turning down the music.
Okay, so I think we're playing the same variation as we did before, except this time he's done the fucking bad one.
Ah.
Oh, I'm retarded. Oh, that's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Dude, what? Are you just allergic to like?
Maybe I should lower my chair a little bit to match Rogan here. Since he's got this this posturesque.
Is Ellie Rizzo okay? Somebody check up on this guy. Like a house check.
This is as low as my chair goes. Now I feel like my desk is up here. What is Rogan up to in this instance? He has a nice little king saunter, but it looks like it should be a profitable king saunter, assuming he can get rid of, yes, the support team. This doesn't quite work, so you got this. I can't believe you got it so well. He hallucinated bishop f5 check, I think.
Oh shit, you don't have to tell me, John.
That was a Botez Gambit. You should have taken the bishop.
Come on, bro. Respect me a little bit.
No, the tactic worked in a roundabout way, but unfortunately there might be more where that came from, to quote my most recent TikTok. There might be more where that came from. This could be awkward. What? You didn't give up.
It's like
I was just about to flag in another minute and 50 seconds. Where are your roots, sir? You gotta know your cheese calm roots. You gotta flag the opponent.
Yeah, that's the only way I want any rapid today is like flagging people.
That is a huge part of the deal. You have to really flag these guys. I would say flagging is at least 300 points of everybody's rating. Whenever I hear this beat and the track in the background, I'm always reminded of 15 miles on the side of the road.
Like, Ali Rizzo, I love you, bro. Just keep this form up. And
I can't believe that you didn't take that bishop. I'm so sorry, man. You gave away 2 pieces in a row. Ah, cruel. Was there a threat at all? Oh, wait, were you pinned? Hold on, were you pinned in that instance? Let's just see that. Did that actually work? Oh, it did actually work because you couldn't take it. I see. I hallucinated the line through.
I have my G1 movement.
So it was a good escape on the opponent's part. That's unfortunate. You didn't have much of a choice here. You had to let it go, but we were getting devastated then. Hold on. Let's turn down the music even more. I need to turn down the music somehow. The problem with the slipstream is that it doesn't have a volume control of its own. So I think I need to do a separate browser source for the music audio, and that way I can control desktop audio versus the music audio versus the microphone audio. So I've learned something thanks to this lovely collaboration. That's pretty cool. Jerry Goose.
chess guy, mate.
Yeah, I know. I think we have to. I think we have to pause the music, so it doesn't matter for a moment. Then I can turn Rogan up. Thank you, Jerry Goose, for letting me know. How you doing,
Yeah,
Rob?
and this is what I've been saying for a long time. This is proof that these Lee chess people are overrated, man.
I don't know. I think he's
Like-
2,700 on chess.com, Ali Reza.
Really?
No, I think he's at least the same as Zach, the chess nerd.
Zaglowski. I don't know my streamers.
No, that
John.
last tactic that he pulled on you was pretty impressive. I did not see that one. But when I play a good positional game against Ali Reza and manage to shut him down, then I'm usually good. I don't think I'm getting another game in here.
It was just theory from a few years ago. I was like, oh, I don't like playing it, but if a master said it was good, it must be alright. But other than
This
that,
line?
luck.
But how did he actually get in? Oh, this line. Yes. Okay.
This line that I learned a while ago, I just didn't trust it for some reason.
I don't know. This doesn't look good.
Oh, we'll see what's up with you.
So what to do here in this situation, because you do have to move your knight, but I'm wondering, there's just no way out of this. This is not cool. No, this can't possibly be good. I'm going to flip this on for a moment. Yeah. Queen to c3 check. I was looking at that, but that seemed to do nothing as well. So going back to this, I'm very skeptical about ever taking the pawn on b2. So yeah, just take on c5.
D5. This guy's like 1600. I should be able to get something out of him. Oh, he's beat me 3 times in a row? What the? My
He's
trust
beaten you
meter went
3
down like
times
this.
in a row. And he's giving him one of my favorite openings. Let's see what Rogan's defense against the Black Martimer is.
Fine, we're just gonna take another pawn.
No, this is the standard way. I usually play bishop g4, h3, queen f3, c6.
Yeah.
I don't know which one. I think this might be Max Oiva's defense. I've got about $10 on the Black Martimer just because it is a very respectable opening when you least expect it.
This is painful. I don't actually know that. I think B6 might.
Let's look at it from Rogan's perspective.
Yeah,
That helps.
I don't like this. I don't like this. It's gambity.
It is gambity indeed. He's got nothing on you. Now he may have a smidge of something.
Okay. Yeah, change there. I think if I go here.
You gotta have nerves of steel here.
Oh, I have nerves.
If you have any nerves of steel left.
Yeah, well, I don't. So, no. Okay. Let's go there.
This prevents the
And then
exchange
cross
sack
our
at least.
fingers, like
This prevents the
we cross
exchange
our
sacrifice
fingers
on f6 to a certain degree.
Okay, and then we figure out how nervesy our gelatin is, and takes, there, takes. I go. Oh my god, there's everything wrong with this thing.
Oh, it's just a pawn. He's got compensation for his pawn. There's nothing else going on. Yet.
Shouldn't get compensation. No, life is unfair. You shouldn't be getting compensation.
This was overdue, so this was good. You got him to move his bishop twice for this same effect. The tricky part now is orchestrating an escape. So Rogan has returned the pawn. eagerly awaiting his next move. Oh no, he accepted it. I was looking at knight e4, knight e4 or bishop e4, just to return it.
I would say I
But maybe you still have it.
in this book.
I apologize for saying anything. Maybe you still have it.
I don't, John. I just don't, man. I have no idea how to play against this bullshit. It's bullshit, honestly.
Maybe if you started playing it as white, you'd realize all of its flaws.
Probably.
That's the way I've learned. I've played every
But
opening
annoying
under the
is
sun
not
for
all
both
good.
sides. Or
It has to
you could
annoy
play
you.
one opening and limit the knowledge.
Thanks, John.
I still don't completely understand how knight e4 didn't work. But let's see if you have another shot at it now that it's behind us in that
Nope.
position.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh shit. Yeah. Don't tell me stuff, John. It's
No, in my stream, by the way, it's true for you and I, it's a slightly different problem. But we have backseating allowed to a good extent.
Jesus Lord, Savior, born across
But
the
it doesn't look
sea,
like you
goes-
can get knight e4 in anymore.
I'm not getting out of this with my teeth.
No wonder he's
I
got
would
you
guess.
for 3-0. You got to try it.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I mean, what the fuck is this guy like? How like what, dude? What? Am I even? Okay, I've got.
What
12
is my
seconds,
score
but,
against
like,
him for a
okay.
reference here? I'm 40-5.
Dad, I'm leaving.
I've beaten him 40 times. He's beaten me 5. What?
Well, I'm.
My record against the guy that come
You
for a
have
sec.
to-
Come,
no,
come.
I have to go.
No, you have to check out Rogan from New Zealand. He's on my stream.
No, it's okay.
No?
You have
All
to
right.
go.
Good lord.
All right.
Ah! I hate. Yep. Now I'm up shit creek. They're good game. You fucking rooster.
I'm definitely
At least I
marking
got a
this one.
bronze.
I'm definitely marking this one as not for kids.
Honest to God, like, if I didn't trust your people in your stream so much, John,
Well, I've been playing him for
Yeah.
45 games. That's the hard part. It's just you know who I was recently listening to? It is the New in Chess podcast number 39 when Vladimir Kramnik gets on, and he talks about most strong players. Now, ironically, I'm sorry, not Kramnik. It's Max Delugi. And Max Delugi rightfully says that many people's opening preparation, when they've got opening preparation, it extends well into the middle game, not when the opening ends. So when players like this play these gambity openings, they have the theme down 15 moves past the opening very much of the time. So when the algorithm or even Kramnik start trying to check, oh, you know, the opening's over, and a guy's still playing like a grandmaster, basically because it's all still prep. It's all still what he planned on seeing when he did it, you know. So it's awkward in that respect. So interestingly enough, I hadn't thought about that myself. I really hadn't, and I said, you know, he might be onto something. But let's just check this game for a moment anyway. I doubt that it was all that accurate.
I'm just a sore loser, John. I mean,
Well, you are playing on the right platform. Then you're playing
I've
on the
played
correct.
this guy plenty of times.
You're playing on the correct platform to be a sore loser. We don't really have many of those on Lee Chess.
No, you can't. No, they ban you for like accusing people of cheating.
I don't know if they ban you, but they definitely time you out in the threads.
Yeah, which is like a little bit like whistling past the graveyard. No, it's like you
Uh-oh.
know, like
Hold on. Let me just
it's
see.
like not
Mute
the problem,
audio.
but-
Go ahead. Try again. Sorry. I just needed to mute the browser source audio, I think.
Oh, so it's like these 2,000 rapids, so like that makes more sense.
Is he 2000 rapid?
Yeah, he's like 2016 Rapid, so that makes a little bit more sense. That
It's
he's probably
possible
just
that
taken a week.
he only played in the weekend streams, and now that I'm streaming later with this one past 8 a.m. in our time, he's able to make it because I doubt that he was able to make the blitz before.
Yeah, look, Jerry Goose, I'm allowed to like be a hypocrite, okay?
So he sacked a pawn and he's +2. He sacked a pawn and he's +2
Yeah,
after b6 95. He didn't play knight e5, but I would have played knight e5 when he played b6 because the exchange sacrifice was very tempting. And now he's +3, +4.
About earlier games, John.
And he hasn't made any original moves yet. He's played all the normal moves of the opening. This is the other thing, which
like,
I know you know that I like to do. I like to really play absolutely absurd things to keep my opponents in check so they can't play their home cooked preparation. Going back to the opening, though, let's give Rogan a defense against this. I do like accepting. Black should be better. C6 is the oldest line, which still seems to hold up at a half a pawn better for black. I've never trusted the G6 line, honestly, but apparently Bruce thinks Bruce, my word for the vegetarian killer fish, from Finding Nemo.
right.
No, so I used to play this line: Bishop G4, H3 takes, Queen takes, and C6. And after G4, I always had a good game. Now remember, I'm still up a pawn as black, yet the position seems to be equal, right? Oh no, I can't do this.
Trade before can't.
Queen takes? No, I mean, maybe Bishop G4 is a waste of time. It just equalizes, unfortunately. Whereas we were better if we play C6. This is the shot. I think this is the simplest shot. You're simply planning on playing Bishop F5 or Bishop G4. Once this bishop is committed, now Bishop G4 makes sense. And here we go. Now we're reaching my line. And his bishop has been committed to this square, and I haven't given him a free shot at G4. And Queen takes D4 is clearly better for black.
Yeah.
Because we're just going to park our queen on this square. Even though it wants me to go to B4. Yeah. I like H5 for comfort levels. Let's get the queen off the board for Christ's sakes. Or is it?
I mean, I don't like that move. It just something feels so fundamentally wrong about deliberately putting a knight on that side of the board and trading queens.
Yeah, maybe queen to B4 is better. I'll have to trust Bruce here. So after G3, queen to B4. If I'm going to lose time allowing him to do this to me.
Who is Bruce, by the way?
Bruce is the vegetarian killer fish from Finding Nemo. I find that is my nickname for stockfish because he's vegetarian and fish are friends, not food, basically.
I was very, very young when that movie came.
That's hard to believe.
What? Me being young?
You being young.
Thanks, John.
I forget. No, I do. I forget how young you are. I believe that you are younger than my youngest daughter. To put it into perspective.
Every chance of it. Yeah, every chance of it, John.
Because she saw Finding Nemo in the theaters.
I feel 82, if that helps.
What's that?
I feel 82, if that helps.
Well, we learned something at least this stream. We learned that we can answer D4 with D5 against Yevgeny. If Yevgeny is in the stream, he now knows. So, not a big deal.
I mean,
Pretty
I think
sure
my black side play is just awful, John. Like it's like
Jury Goose believes you are
it's like an
23.
massive random. Like Jury Goose was like, we'll tell you this. Like the other day, we were just like, you watched me play a game, and I was like, why the hell did you just go onto the Marshall? And I'm like, I don't know anything. And and you know, and then you know, that's how bad it is. It's just like just try and play reasonable moves, I guess. But, yeah.
So this is the old Maxoeva defense, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Let's just look at it from that perspective. So h6 preemptorily probably would solve a lot of your problems. It's hard to believe that you can give up yet another tempi in this position, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, as a gambit, like I just want to trade as many pieces as possible.
Yeah, but ironically, this knight doesn't always come into play, and you're just sort of reinforcing his center and protecting this pawn on d4. So, and because there are all sorts of tricks and traps should he try to castle where this pawn is in the lurch if this knight tries to come in. So that's why they have to go to all these legs to try to make sure the pawn is protected before they do that. So bishop e7, c5, anything but probably bishop to b4. You're exchanging a valuable defensive bishop for a knight that's that's not yet on the attack. In fact, you're saving him like how many moves of time getting that knight into the game by bringing out a defensive piece and taking it. What's up?
Speaking of free courses, do you want? By the way, I get like free courses for being like a chess.com streamer. So do you want to? I'll give you my bloody login details and just give me a list of all the books you want.
On Chessable, you mean?
And then you can,
well, we shouldn't be talking about this
well.
on stream, but in general, no. I also have a deal with Chessable that I don't actually take advantage of anymore because I know the executives, or at least a couple of the executives besides John Bartholomew. And there's also the head of the Chess Classroom, the developer of Chess Classroom that I worked with some time back. I'm going to avoid naming any names just so that their jobs won't be in any danger since I am a lead chess streamer.
yeah. Pull into a van in the middle of the night.
Exactly. They will have black hoods over their heads. They will be whisked away to an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
And their names will be added to the chess.com list of collaborators along with yours. Yeah, I've received so many free courses from them. I swam in them, and one of the reasons I took Chessable off of my main page is because I just don't have the time to push them as much anymore. But should I resume negotiations with them? I actually took it off, obviously, when the merger happened because I wasn't sure of the status. And since they have merged, I've not asked them for anything. I'm positive that I could probably get
John,
anything that I want.
Monopolies? Goodness me. He doesn't trust monopolies. What is this?
Are you reading a new headline?
No, not really.
He doesn't trust monopolies.
What is this? I mean, he doesn't trust chess monopolies? Come on.
So yeah, we're just a little bit too slow here. I think in this particular case, yeah, h6 does appeal to me to try to limit the damage. He's just going to come in on this side of the board, but then you may be able to challenge him. Oh, wait, trying to see what browser you came in on. Because I have 4 different browsers for all the different applications, and one browser is not strained too greatly. And I have noticed
I'm on
that.
Chrome because it won't work on Opera.
Oh, really? Now I use the Brave browser as well as Edge, Chrome, and I did have Mozilla, but I don't think I'm using Opera for anything. I have to look down here to remind myself what the other browser is. But in general, I noticed
Ultra
it.
DX is just great because it's like it doesn't use nearly the same amount of RAM as Chrome.
Brave. Which one?
Yeah. Oh, well, that too probably.
Brave is supposed to be extremely lightweight. But of course, we all know the problems with these browsers. Yes, Jerry Goose? I do know Alex Dunn. I don't know him so well personally. I'm acquainted with him, and we have met. And at one time, I thought he was a little bit of a curmudgeon. That is, an older school gentleman who, let's say, didn't believe in rapid chess type person, because he is the... Alex Dunn, for those of you who don't know, is the FIDE, is actually a FIDE master, and he wrote a couple of books called How to Become a Candidate Master. And at the Manhattan Chess Club back in the day, we recommended them for all of the masters that wanted to lower their rating. We felt How to Become a Candidate Master was the perfect book for being able to win big money in tournaments, because you could lower your rating without any effort at all by reading his books, How to Become a Candidate Master. That way you'll be in the under 2200 section in no time.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, it's probably not aimed at masters, maybe, you know.
No, it's not really aimed at masters. But Mikhail Tal, yes, he did pass away in 2023. I forgot about that. And Jerry Goose says, there are things in here that are objectively wrong without even checking the engine. Yes, of course they are. He was a correspondence titled player as well, because he ran the correspondence chess by mail, for many, many years. And, of course, the engines of those days were not very, very good. There was no way he could have used an engine to write that book. And so therefore the errors are unfortunate for the time period, which is why
that just happens. That just happens.
Yeah, I have so many books in this room that were not written with the help of computers that I enjoy finding those mistakes, and that's part of the process of becoming a better player. I hope Cats play chess very well. Doesn't mind me saying hello. Or if they've come and gone in the stream, I don't know. In theory, there's a terms of service that says you're not supposed to call out people that are in the background unless they've spoken. But I do like to say hi to some people. Like if Rogan comes in and he hasn't said a word, I will still give him a shout out if I see him in the list of viewers at any given moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Usually it's because John started whistling, and I'm like, oh.
Well, when I whistle, he comes.
Yeah.
Okay, I could
Jerry
understand.
Goose is trying to become a master.
I could understand
By the way-
moves that are wrong due to an engine, Jerry Goose says, but he had some moves that are just easily better than others, but he calls it wrong because it was too aggressive and not solid enough. Yeah, most of the rules for chess have been rewritten, Jerry Goose. I think if you would like a lovely book to read that will increase your understanding of modern chess, it would be John Watson's Secrets of Modern Chess. And he talks about all of the tropes that used to be thought to be good, especially Nimzovich. It's basically Nimzovich revisited, basically. My system really picked apart and I re-examined for all of the tropes, you know, overprotection, things like that. How good are they in the modern chess world? And Chaos Theory by Tiger Hillart Person tries to do the same thing. Chaos Theory starts off by telling you there is no more theory. It's literally very deep caveman chess at the highest level. Basically, you know, you're actually threatening someone 5 moves away tactically through brute force calculation. It's one of the reasons why Gukesh has become who he's become. Gukesh literally just calculates the crud out of everything. And And if you try to rely on a message like the advantage of the two bishops, and then just naively try to hang on to the two bishops to the detriment of your position without calculation, it doesn't quite work anymore. So Chaos Theory by Tiger Hilart Person and Secrets of Modern Chess by John Watson, International Master John Watson. Let me just throw up the socials here so that you can find it. Yeah, we should actually have a channel in the Discord about books that are wrong but still okay, and books books that are questionable or whatever. Book reviews.
Just the books that are just wrong is anything with Levi Rosman. It doesn't matter how fast.
Oh my God.
What they say.
I already ran
wrong,
into that
it's
problem.
wrong.
I'm trying to tell a
Wrong.
student. Yeah, I know. Were you there? I don't know if you and I had talked about it in a podcast, but basically I'm saying to a student that they have to embrace just placing their pieces. So I'll give you a good example, Jerry Goose. You have to embrace the placement of the pieces to the best of your ability like Morphy did. You literally have to just go all out open chess when you were extremely young, learn to place the pieces, then incorporate pawn breaks. Uh-oh. Is the ad still there, or are you back?
Oh, I think
You
the
have to
ad is
embrace.
deliberate.
Okay,
You're like
I'll wait.
deliberate. You're like
I'll wait for
deliberate,
just a
John.
second.
They, as soon as you start typing and you send, they wait 4 seconds and they send an ad. That's to make
Right,
you
right.
so pissed off. You have to type something.
Well, I do recommend either subscribing or Twitch Turbo, and I know Jerry Goose some of the time is a subscriber. Also, you can watch on YouTube. I'm going to do another plug for YouTube. You can always have YouTube in the background, and then you can click the audio for YouTube when the ad comes in. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Jerry Goose. So needless to say, here's the theory. The theory is that you should play all of the fun stuff while you're young. You do get to play the Black Mardima. You do get to play all of these fun openings while you're young. You shouldn't limit yourself to very constrained, what I call systematic openings. Systematic openings are like the Kali Zukertort, the King's Indian attack, even any type of English opening kind of limits your development, unfortunately, because you want to learn the full strength of all of the pieces working together. So the open Sicilian, for example. And I tell a student this, and she goes,
Pegasus SWE.
Said,
You're like
London
deliberately
is not
avoiding
fun.
the London system.
I think it's already implied that there. I used to play the Tory attack. The Tory attack is a slightly improved version of the London, in the sense that the Tory attack theory is only played against knight f6 and e6. So that when you do play bishop g5, you exchange your bishop for the knight, and then you place your pawns on dark squares and plan for breaks later. And that way you always get the outpost square e5 and much of the time. But you can't play the Tory attack, ironically, or the London against a lot of King's Indian setups, because they have nullified many of the advantages of the light square bishop. Well, I mean,
John.
yeah, the Tory is the Trompovsky with knight f3 in a way. But by preparing with knight f3, you get to let black play e6 right away, and they can no longer get away with knight e4. So the Trompovsky is chaos in its finest. So to finish the Gotham chess story, I've known Levy since he was a young man, and he hasn't changed a bit, nor have his openings. He's still playing the Caro-Kann. He's still playing the Grand Prix attack against the Sicilian. There was a whole generation of players back then. I remember them very clearly that were influenced by one particular coach, and that coach limited everyone's growth and development to the maximum effect. The other person that was an innocent bystander in this is International Master and good friend to Levi Rosman, Alexander Ostrovsky. Alexander Ostrovsky basically also plays the Caro-Kann. You'd never guess, right? Also plays the Caro-Kann and all the same things. And in general, I tell a student to play the open Sicilian, and she holds up Levi Rosman's book, right, and says, This book tells me the best move is knight c3 on move 2. And I'm like, this is something that I learned Rogan a long time ago. Kids are very literal, so you have to really not say anything literally. I try to say you need to learn your placement of your pieces and your piece
Pegasus
coordination.
SWE.
Said. C3 John Nunn.
The
Well, you have
Alapin
to explain it.
Pegasus?
Or you have to like deliberately make a caveat every single time you say something.
Right, you literally have to
This
put
is
it in
true
a sort of
now.
context to let them know that this is a generalization that may be changed in the future. I made this mistake when I was younger. I specifically remember more than one tragic statement by myself in my earliest days of teaching. I remember in my earliest days of teaching, I remember advocating for Bishop E7 in both the Rui Lopez playing the main line and against the D3 Italian game. By the way, when White plays D3 after Bishop C4 in the Italian game, and I prefer Knight F6, Bishop E7 right away actually nullifies a great deal of White's play. You don't have any targeting of your bishop on C5. You don't have any bishop G5, knight C3, knight D5 target tactical tricks. You have nothing. And your king is covered on the E file, so you can break with D5 if your opponent allows it. So bishop E7 is a nice universal move. And I remember mentioning that this is the best move against the D3 Sicilian, right? Or D3 Italian. And guess what? He plays bishop e7 in every single position. And as White, he plays bishop e2 in every single position. And a week later, I'm looking at his online training games, and I'm like, what in the world are you doing? And he goes, well, you told me that bishop to e7 was the best move. So therefore, he played it in every single position. And Gotham Chess, by saying 2 knight c3 is the best move against the Sicilian, has now limited an entire generation. Whoever reads his book, they are now in this mode, whether they realize it or not, that they're biased. They've actually just been planted. It's an inception game. And when you say something is the best, you have to really be careful with those words. As a responsible teacher and trainer, you can't do that. Another instance, by the way, I'll tell you another one. I remember telling a student that he could play the Open Sicilian. This was also regarding the Open Sicilian, because Black has to know all the theory more than White does. I sort of accidentally said something that was incorrect, and that's not true. Both sides really need to know an equivalent amount of theory that will get them to the right squares with their pieces. They don't have to absolutely know it on either side. There are some openings like the Najdorf where you have to know more. But I basically said, Black has to know all the theory, you don't. You know, you get to play a good position with a space advantage, yada, yada, yada. So I'll throw in the disclaimer that that is not objectively true. And so then he flies up to about 14 or 1500 in the space of, months or whatever. And he's answering e4, e5, and I want to keep graduating him through all the openings. So I ask him to consider the Sicilian, maybe a dragon or an accelerated dragon. And he goes, no. It's a terrible opening. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, because you told me how bad it is for Black to have to remember all the variations. And I'm like, I really said that, didn't I? I said that. I accidentally said that as a young teacher and trainer. I biased him well in advance of me being able to let him know that all of the openings, so this became my mantra later, and it remains my mantra today, and it actually was furthered by Fabiano Caruana in the candidates in Madrid when Nepo won the second time and Dinglerin became the challenger. Fabiano in the press conference basically said, the engine has proven that all of the early moves lead to equality. All of the good early moves, they all lead to equality. It doesn't matter what side you're playing or what variation you're looking at. Sooner or later, these variations all lead to equality. But a long time ago, I had a student that later went to MIT. She won maybe 11 girls' nationals championships. I think it was definitely 9. She won 9 girls' national championships. For certain. I don't know that it wasn't 11 because I was doing it, and I stopped at 9. But I think she could have won 11. She basically told me the same thing 10 years ago. She graduated Columbia Grammar and Prep, or she moved on from Columbia Grammar and Prep to go to MIT, and she now works for Google. She was super smart. But she said the same thing to me, is she's going through all the opening variations. She goes, John, they all seem to lead with best moves to equality. And I was like, this is well before the current versions of Stockfish. And I was like, maybe, but my mantra is, to make a long story not nearly as short as it should have been, all of the moves are good depending on how good your idea is behind them. All of the openings actually, in fact, could be good depending on your opening idea behind them.
You're not outrunning an engine. You're outrunning the guy behind you. You don't have to be faster than the line. You just have to be faster than
the next guy. Exactly. You only have to be smarter than the guy across from you for that period in time. And Anatoly Karpov lost an amazing game in 1980 or 81. I think it was in Tilburg. To Tony Miles. Karpov lost to Tony Miles with the white pieces, and Tony Miles played A6 on the first move.
Any transposings were Sicilian?
No, he bobbed and weaved. It was not unlike how Tiger Hillart Person likes to play. Tiger also likes to play these systems. So when I found out about his book, Chaos Theory, I assume that it's very much the same way, where you keep the position flexible, not necessarily closed, but not necessarily open. So you're in a semi-open or semi-closed category until your opponent misplaces his pieces, and then you establish the position for the advantage that you want. So, for example, we all know the open variation rules are like king safety, control the center, activate all of your pieces, right? Those are the open center principles. But in the closed games, there is a lot of maneuvering and quiet play, and pieces move twice in those openings every now and then, and it's hard to explain, and the king doesn't castle right away, and you have to actually try to bob and weave around all of the systems until perhaps, just perhaps, you'll get lucky. And then your opponent will misplace his pieces. So Jerry Goose was mentioning the Verisov. That's also one of my favorite openings with knight c3 on move number 1. I will get into that one all the time. The tactical grab, I think Jerry Goose mentioned.
Yeah, so John, quick question. Why don't you want to play like on chess.com a little bit, Like you do a match with a chess.com streamer,
I usually leave it to the authorities to determine my preferences. We've got Daniel Naroditsky, and we've got Fabiano, who just doesn't play anymore. And we already lost a few viewers after you said that. Maybe not a few. We definitely lost a couple. But in general, Daniel Naroditsky was banned from a tournament not long ago for whatever reason, not conforming to the, what is he using? Proctor. There's a new software which has not exactly been fully developed yet that many of the streamers are testing out. Proctor is a way of checking to see if cheating is going on. Proctor also includes a second camera watching you from behind. I have one over there in case I need it. For the most part, but so I have these two cameras, the one over there, and as Rogan and I both have, a few in the box that we don't use anymore.
Yeah, I've got like 3 cameras now, 2 mics, and every time I go on Facebook Marketplace, it's like, don't spend the money, Rogan,
don't do it. Yeah, I know. Don't do it. I almost did it too. Nemo was plugging, she's been going to Samsung. Samsung sale days are on, right? So she's literally been at Samsung in Canada, in Toronto, every day, parlaying merch, right? And I'm like, I've got this 49-inch monitor from Samsung because of her stream, with, and she did it yesterday too. I think they have some sort of expo going on with Samsung as well. She did it again yesterday. She's promoting the flip phone, the folding phone, this, that, and the other thing. And it works. I definitely had the 49-inch monitor for less than $1,000 in my inbox, and I was just where Rogan is. Don't do it, Sean. Why do I need another monitor? I've got 3 monitors spewed across my desk, right? But I have room for another monitor up there. I could actually just put a stand in and put another 40.
Boom, yeah. Put up a boom, and you're like, yeah, you know, like you can need one of those like ones like this, so you can read chat. You know.
Exactly.
Like the up and down ones. Yeah.
Right,
You
almost
go on
all of
Facebook
those
Marketplace,
monitors.
You get them for like $50.
But I actually have extra monitors laying around as it is, so.
Well, John just needs an excuse to spend money. That's what we're trying to say here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I have to take a few things to the thrift store and donate them. They're in working condition.
Yeah.
The hard part is disposing of old computers, though. 9:30 already. I was going to mention to a student that I will start at 9:45. Usually I start at 9:30.
Right.
But this was pretty amazing, Rogan.
You should do some chess.com streams, you know? Like, come on, you
Well,
know,
I would have to
you
join
know,
your
are you
stream to
truly a
do
free
that.
thinker?
I would definitely have to collaborate with you on your stream to do that.
You know, are you truly a free thinker if you don't do all the options? I mean, you know, it's like.
Yeah,
it's like
but I
this atheist
mean,
society,
this
they
is
call
like
themselves
I
free
don't
thinkers
cross
society,
streets
you know?
against the red light because I know that it's going to be bad for me. I don't understand why I would want to stream on a platform that I know is necessarily going to be bad for me. It's chess is chess. Chess is chess, honestly. And there's absolutely no reason not to stream on chess.com.
I reckon doing a few streams there, you know, wouldn't hurt you. You know?
I think you actually intimated it earlier in when you first came in. You intimated the idea or the reason why I stream in the comfortable environment of within my clubs. I know everyone. Everybody knows everybody else. And for me to embrace a new platform involves an element of risk, and I wouldn't even call it risk. It's not like I'm in any danger, but on average, it's like I don't feel the need to put myself in that situation. Uh-oh, she just texted me at 9:30.
I mean, I like,
She probably knows I'm streaming. My student is probably watching. He doesn't have an account on Twitch, so he's probably watching somewhere. But in general, for those of you who haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, that is the best way. You can follow us on Chessable. I believe Roken's name is Kingslayer Sloan. No, Roken, R. Sloan on Chessable. You should try to change it to Kingslayer Sloan if you can, so that way you can. You have 60 rubies, I think, at worst, but you're allowed 2 name changes.
It doesn't matter either way to me. It's like.
Well, we've got Rebecca Harris on all platforms. Apparently, Danya also streamed on Hans Niemann's new platform. And I thought that's very amusing that Hans Niemann's new platform, has of course it has its quirks to be worked out. But interestingly enough.
Is it like a new chess platform? What's this?
It is. It's a new chess playing platform, probably designed by Kramnik. And we know where that's headed. But no, he was banned for not conforming to the Proctor headlines, Naroditsky. And he was talking about it, how he doesn't know if he is being singled out or if what others are saying are true. The only people that are using Proctor are the ones that they deem necessary to have to use Proctor. So basically, if you've been under the thumb of Hikaru's accusation or Kramnik's accusation or anyone's accusation, the chess.com
Yeah.
platform, as Max DeLugi says in episode 39 of the New in Chess broadcast, which is a good listen to, by the way, even though he says some things that are not entirely true. He talks about his relationship to Magnus Carlsen and his working relationship with Magnus Carlsen's nemesis, Hans Niemann, during the scandal, as the scandal broke out, whenever it was, in 2022 or 2023. And how he was appalled by it. And, of course, it was in association with him. It was around the same time as the chess.com merger, which is unfortunate.
Best thing to ever happen, I tell you, John. I mean, me getting free stuff out of that was amazing, I tell you.
It worked out pretty well for many. COVID also worked out well for many. But that doesn't mean I recommend it. That doesn't mean I recommend. Just because it worked out well for people doesn't mean I recommend it.
Yeah, I love how I started streaming as soon as like at chess hit rock bottom. Like it went up, went down, came back up, came back, and yeah, it's like buying Bitcoin at like 100 grand. Like
yeah, we were definitely on that Bitcoin unfortunate thing. So are we rating
yeah, Ashtiana maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I can give her the nod. I always look for somebody I know, which is why I rated you earlier.
Try and set a matchup with her. She's actually really decently strong. She's like 21-30 the other day, rapid. So you should
Well, I don't know about the chess.com ratings. I know about the FIDE ratings. I don't know what her FIDE is.
She's like number 7 in New Zealand for women's chess. So
Oh, we've had this conversation before. That doesn't bode well.
I mean, hey, we were having a go at South African chess, okay?
South African chess is far better than New Zealand chess, though. I was throwing that one in there for no words. If Ron is still listening to this conversation, he could relay the.
What side are you on? Man?
I'm on the side of entertaining streaming. That's what I'm on the side of.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
No matter what happens. So meanwhile, Deanna Ash Deanna.
Yeah.
Does she live near a volcano or what? Or I guess you all live near a volcano.
She just lives in New Zealand. Oh, we probably all do.
Yeah, the whole island is a volcano like Iceland.
We're under the nuclear gun, John. I mean, no, seriously. Like we run parallel to the Ring of Fire. So there's part of there's very little of that country that is not going to go under the waves in like 100 and something years.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So I've started the raid. I'm gonna throw up the ending title screen, and this was quite lovely, Mon. I will do this again, and perhaps on one of yours, I will entertain the. I have to do a little bit of mindset prep for this, but we'll do it. We'll do it. I'll play on Leech. I'll play on CheeseCom on your stream. How about that? Uh-oh, we lost you. Hold on. How did we lose you? Because the browser source. All right. Have a great day, Rogan. I'm gonna head out. Talk to you guys very soon. Talk to